Hello, this copy edit is for you. If you are somebody who has a ton of services or a ton of pages on your website and it's all starting to get a bit messy and you're a bit lost and you don't know where to start, this copy edit is going to help you. Now, this can happen to us really easily, actually, over time as our business evolves and we start offering new things and new services go up. And each time we create a page and it gets added to our site nav, and before we know it, we've got a bit of a beast of a website going on. And unpicking it and fixing it can feel really, really overwhelming. So this is Tessa's experience, and she has sent me her homepage as a starting point to review. When I spoke to Tessa, she said to me, let me jump over and remember exactly what she said. I struggle to give words to the diverse things I offer, especially in headlines. It can't be covered by one sentence or two. I now made some sort of a site nav part on my homepage and would love to know what you would tweak. Now, Tessa is doing my Underdogs Unleashed course, and she was going through the lessons. She started to get a little bit like, oh, I need to do all the things. And I said, well, let's rein it back in and let's do one thing at a time. And so that one thing that I'm going to look at is the homepage and the site navigation. We can then go through page by page, slowly fixing it over time. Yeah, over months probably. There are a lot of pages and you've got a business to run and other things to do. So let's focus on the homepage and that all important thing of I offer something that's a little bit different. I don't know how to explain it. I need more words to explain it. And then I start to worry that I've got too many words. What do I do? So here is Tessa's Puzzle Dog homepage at the moment. What Tessa provides is something really different. There's sensory room experiences alongside dynamic dog assessments. These are two things that people generally, unless they've been lucky enough to be introduced to it, they need a bit of explaining. People don't really know what they are. So at the moment, we've got kind of Puzzle Dog promoting mental and physical well-being of dogs, which is okay as a headline. But I think having spent some time today reading Tessa's amazing reviews, I think it's underselling what you do a little bit. I mean, that is the core of what you're about. So it's fine as a headline, but I think we could pull a little bit more in. Meeting dogs' needs with puzzle sessions and sensory rooms online around the world and in person in Nova Scotia, Canada. So this is great because it's telling people immediately that they can work with you online and around the world. But I think we could do with some copy in the middle there to explain the different ways that you offer that to people. Then we've got a great section which kind of explains for dog owners, go here, for canine professionals, go here, and then patterns that you can do yourself. All right, so the first thing that I did, because this is an online review, so if I was working with Tessa directly, we would have had a very long call and I would have asked all kinds of questions to find out about her business, but I couldn't do that because the Copy Edit is a free service. So what did I do instead? I went onto her Facebook and I grabbed a ton of her reviews. And I've spoken about this in other copy edit sessions. If you take Underdogs Unleashed, the very first lesson is message mining. Pulling your reviews and then going through them and bolding them and finding common things that come up. So particularly if you've got lots of different services, you can try and find, well, what are the common themes that people value? What are the common things that people talk about? And sometimes you can find some really cool lines that you can pull out and use as headlines or subheaders, or to inspire a body of copy, a section of copy. So I've done that here, and there's just so many awesome things within these reviews, but I'm going to try and keep this video short. So what I've pulled out is guided sensory room experiences you'll both enjoy. So this is, we could take the room out because they're, actually some are in person and some are online. So, we could take the room out to make it broader. Start seeing your dog's behavior differently is literally word for word pulled from one of those reviews higher up. So is enrich your dog's life and have fun with them. So is a space where your dog's free to just be the amazing dog they are with no expectations. So I've pulled all of these out, which you could use, Tessa, for headlines or as jumping off point. You could have this as a headline and this as a sub-headline, and you could use these as jumping off points to inspire a short kind of description of copy. Something else I felt that was missing after reading the reviews was an explanation of kind of like, well, what are the benefits and who's it for? Why would you use this? And so what I found was that some people were using it to aid recovery, some people were using it to escape struggles, and some people were using it to build confidence. So just those kind of three things pulled into, you could have icons, you could design them side by side in a way to kind of quickly tell people like, well, why would I bother? Is it just something fun to do with your dog? Well, no, actually, there's a lot more to it. And then something else which I think would be really cool to pull onto this page would be reviews. And some of your reviews, because people are raving so much, are quite long. So I've just pulled out one that you could put on your homepage, for example. I learned so much about my dog, but it also made me rethink how I approach enrichment and other activities. My dog can be quite sensitive and is reactive, but hers and work is an escape from what she struggles with and focuses on finding her strengths and our bonds. I thoroughly recommend it. So I pulled that out because I felt it really encompassed a lot of what everybody was saying in a short, profound way that you could use on your homepage. So let's look at pulling some of these over. Let's see how that works. I'm going to try my Wizzy tool. It doesn't always go well. Let's see. Guided sensory experiences you'll both enjoy. All right. I mean, I'm not doing this as like you have to keep this and stick with this, Tessa. I just want to give you some examples of how it could change. All right. So now we've immediately told people like what it is. Here you might put in, have I got any copy here? You probably would want to expand on this and explain a little bit more. The format is never going to be great on these. And then I would add a bit more explanation here. Yeah. We want to tell them a little bit more about what it is. And then I would add a section, like I say, that has these three bits. Could be like a subheader. And then you could pull this in as well. I don't think we've got any reviews on here. No, so I'd add that review somewhere in a section. I can't do that with my Wizzy tool. It's not Wizzy enough to add that. But I would add that in and I would pull that recovery, aid in recovery, building confidence thing in as well. What I might do is have a section. So you've got kind of two core services that I identify as needing explaining. And that would be your dynamic dog assessments and your sensory experiences. And I probably would call them sensory experiences over sensory room, just because of that factor that you do them online with people anywhere in the world. And then you have in-person ones as well in your local area. So I'd have two sections of those. I'd add a review. And I've chosen a very nice one for you. You could obviously choose your own. So just to extend this page a little bit so that people have a bit more information before they jump into like which things might they look at. All right, so now let's look at your, oh, that isn't going to work. So I've got my Wizzy pen on. Let's turn that off. This page is quite important and it's not on your site nav at the moment. So under sensory room, I've got long distance, I've got FAQs, but I haven't got your in-person stuff. So I would add that here. I don't think that top level one clicks. Maybe it does. Okay. So when you have a drop down like this, sometimes people don't realize that they can click that top level. So generally I would make that top level not clickable and bring this page down onto a drop down. I hope that makes sense. Because when we're looking at a drop down like this, we often don't think to click the one at the top. We just look at our options here. I would reshuffle this a little bit. So I would have home, about, and you could remove the us to make it shorter because ideally we want our site nav to all be on one line. I'd move contact to the end after blog. So I'd have home, about, sensory experiences, dynamic dog, online learning, then shop, then professionals, then shop, then blog, then contact. So home, about, sensory experiences, dynamic dog, online learning, pros, and then your kind of ancillary pages, shop, blog, contact. I'm going to keep it as that for now, because I think it's important that you focus just on the homepage. As I say, when you've got so many pages and so many things to offer, you can start trying to tackle too many things at once. And I recommend keeping it simple. So we're going to focus on that homepage. We're going to put something potentially a little bit stronger here or some more information here. We're going to pull in those benefits. So like, why would you do it? AIDS recovery, what have we got? AIDS recovery, escape struggles, build confidence. I'd bring a review over onto this page. And I'd add that, I would sort out these drop downs so that the top levels are explained here and reorganize that. That's it. Let's keep it simple. Get those things done first. Have a section that explains what dynamic dog is and what sensory experiences are and why you would care about them. And, you know, if you're stuck on that, look into your reviews to pull out the things that people have valued and spoken about and use that to inspire the copy. And sometimes you will find lovely pieces that you can pull out. Tessa, I will share the review document that I've done with you so that you can pull those out. And I hope that this gives you a solid jumping up off point and a bit of focus. And you can always come back to me for more help once you've done that bit. I'd love to see what you do with this page, so please do share it when it's done, and we can show Copy Edit subscribers and watchers, viewers, what it looks like a before and after. I think that would be really cool. If you're watching this video and you would like your own Copy Edit review, you can just email me hello@thecaninecopywriter.co.uk, submit the copy that you would like reviewed, and you may well get featured here too. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe so that you can catch upcoming sessions, videos. I hope to see you soon.